You're watching Let's Chat.
This time of year, nothing tastes better than a delicious bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. And here with the best bacon you can put on not just a sandwich, but anything. Our buddy Alan Benton from Benton's Bacon, Benton's Smokehouse up in Madisonville. So good to see you again, Alan.
Good to be here, Chip. Thank you for having us.
You have brought the whole enchilada here, so to speak. This is a country ham at its finest. You sell these whole, not just processed into bacon or sausage or prosciutto. Folks can buy one of these, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, I have never seen a ham stand like you have here. Cut a piece or two of that off and tell me how this works.
Chip, this stand just holds this ham in place for us to cut it, and you can try a slight bite of it. It's ready to eat just like it is. You want to slice it just as thin as possible, and I take one of these home to my house usually about mid-November. No insects at that time of the year. And when I set it on my kitchen counter, it will stay there until it's gone. We'll work. Everybody that comes to my house during the holidays is going to find that ham and carve on it.
I have no doubt about it. And when you take one of these delicious country hams from Benton's and slice it super, super thin, you have a delicious smoky prosciutto. And this is probably the thinnest, not to mention tastiest prosciutto I think I've ever had.
We're delighted you like it.
You have been in this industry since the early and mid 70s. How is the prosciutto taken off sales-wise when you compare it next to the bacon?
Most of these hams that we make, of course, go to high-end restaurants all over the country.
Right.
They'll use it in all kinds of recipes that call for prosciutto. They've learned, if you buy a ham from Spain, one of their Iberico hams, an 18-pound ham will probably cost you around $1,800 over there.
Wow.
They take ham seriously. They can lie better than we Americans can lie about our hams. But this ham that I brought today is 38 months old.
Right.
It's not good to pan fry at that age. I think it's too intense. It comes off perfectly when you slice it paper thin.
Right.
And maybe wrap it around a piece of fresh cantaloupe or a piece of fig. Any kind of fruit is delicious when you eat it.
We were talking about various recipes you can use this prosciutto for. There is cantaloupe, there's strawberries, and if you want to do a little more adventuresome cooking, you can wrap it around asparagus.
We love it. That's one of our favorite ways at my house. My wife Sharon will simmer the asparagus in, I think it's a half cup white wine, half cup melted butter.
Right.
She'll take it out after a few minutes and put it in a nice water bath just to make it get crisp again. And then she'll wrap 3 or 4 or 5 of those spears with a little bit of prosciutto and a little bit of provolone cheese.
Wow.
Plop it in the oven just long enough for the cheese to start to melt, and take it up and serve it, and it's incredible.
I can imagine. I've tried the prosciutto on avocado. Sort of the same thing, only you're not simmering it or anything. You just have the avocado, scoop it out, wrap it, and eat it up, and it is dangerously good. You have been doing this business since the early and mid 70s, as we said. Hand us that big hunk of bacon you have over there. And this is something that has really exploded over the past 2 or 3 years, pork belly.
Pork belly is really very popular.
You probably knew this was coming a long time ago, but why do you think pork belly in the culinary world has taken off so quick and so high?
You know, if I was smart enough to answer that question, I wouldn't be running a whole law business in Madisonville, Tennessee. I'd be on Wall Street.
It's amazing, and the thing about pork bellies, when you cook them, it's so versatile. You can smoke it, you can saute it, you can grill it, you can put it in the oven. There's hardly anything you can't do with the right kind of pork belly.
That's right, it's delicious. Probably the best 2 examples I've ever had was one was served to me in New York City by a chef named David Chang at that time. His original Momofuku restaurant. His pork bun that he made from that stuff was incredible. And a young lady in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Miss Kim, she has a unique wrap that she serves with that pork belly, and it's absolutely incredible.
I bet you're kind of like the proud grandfather when you go to these restaurants, whether they're close at home or 1,000 miles away, and you see prosciutto by Benton's Country Hams, or however they phrase it on the menu. That's got to give you a little burst of pride.
Well, it's their creativity that got us the attention, remember?
The bacon, first time I tried this was a number of years ago, and I said then, hands down, pound for pound, best bacon on the planet, and I still say it today. And to kind of prove that point, we got some bacon and fried it up, and this is, I'm not going to call the name of this brand of bacon, but it's a common household name that you'll find in the bacon section at your grocery store. And then you hold it up next to one of these from Benton's Bacon, and it's heads and tails difference. The bacon that you produce comes out uniformly in size. It doesn't sweat off a whole lot of the bacon grease, and it's consistent from bite to bite. How do you do that?
Well, first off, it's a different curing process. We make this bacon by dry curing the bacon in a mixture of salt and brown sugar. There's no nitrates, no nitrites, no words you can't pronounce. It's
right.
Just salt and sugar. It's about as natural, and it's the way that bacon would have been made 100 years ago, Chip. The recipe that I used to make that ham, the ham and the bacon, came straight from the log smokehouse behind the house I was born in.
Wow. And that recipe has certainly withstood the test of time, obviously. You have a gift shop up at your place in Madisonville. You encourage visitors to come by. Anything you see here on the table, you can pretty much get at the Benton's Smokehouse gift shop. And you got a lot of holidays coming up. You have got Labor Day. You've got the big holidays towards the end of the year. And what a better gift than something from Benton's. Alan, we're running out of time. I want to thank you so much for coming down, sharing your prosciutto, your bacon, your fruit, your ham, your pork belly, and most of all, your friendship. Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks for having us. Glad to be here.
Anytime you have an open standing invitation. Find out more by going to the website, Benton's Country Hams, 2.com. That's Benton's Country Hams, 2.com.